a service of CNC Worldwide.
The Daily is a service of CNC Worldwide and Jib Jab greetings. I'm Bud Lowell. Your full AccuWeather forecast is always on top on your CNC local news pages. And that forecast is a chilly one. This is the end of the line for the Rochester area growing season, according to both AccuWeather and the National Weather Service. It's time to get in the last tomatoes and bring in the houseplants that spend the summer outdoors. A freeze warning is in effect from 8 o'clock Friday evening until 10 Saturday morning. This is for all of western New York and the Finger Lakes, all the way around the eastern end of Lake Ontario. You can expect temperatures Friday to Saturday overnight will drop into the mid-20s south of Lakes Erie and Ontario, and around 30 degrees closer to the lakes. And we've got a lot of green tomatoes in our garden still. Fried green tomatoes, anybody? With agreement in hand to end retiree health and insurance benefits, Eastman Kodak Company says it's now ready to sit down with its creditors and talk reorganization. The company has released projected cash flows for a smaller Kodak based around commercial packaging and printing businesses. This follows the agreement with the Retirees Committee about ending non-pension benefits by the end of the year, the elimination of some 3,900 jobs worldwide in 2012, and its exit from the personal and office inkjet printer business. Those forecasts are online, and you can see them on the Kodak webpage. Kodak lost more than $79 million in August, according to its latest filings with the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission. The company believes it can cut that to $17 million in losses by June of 2013, including the businesses that it's exiting. And Kodak believes the commercial imaging business will pull it into the black and out of bankruptcy in the second half of 2013. To bring that about, Kodak says it wants to start discussions with its key creditors and with as wide a group of interested parties as it can, including stock owners. Kodak is also working on a detailed headcount budget for 2013, including savings from its workforce reductions and from exiting the personal imaging business. It plans to have that forecast ready by the end of November. Kodak Chairman and CEO Antonio Perez said the company is moving forward and exploring an array of financing options. He said, "We believe there is confidence and interest among the financial community in our commercial imaging business and its future business plans." By the way, Kodak retirees losing their health care can get some tips from both Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield and MVP Healthcare in the coming weeks. Both companies plan a series of free seminars for Kodak retirees. Kodak retirees age 65 and older will be able to speak with representatives of both companies about their coverage options. Information and schedules can be found at the Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield and the MVP websites. Excelis is having its first meeting Wednesday, October 24, 9:30 and noon at the Wishing Well on Chili Avenue in Chili. MVP has its first meeting Friday, November 2nd at the Diplomat on Lyle Avenue in Gates. A third victim from Tuesday's crash between a school bus and a car filled with Brighton High School students has been released from Strong Memorial Hospital. Hospital officials say 14-year-old Krista Mickle was released on Thursday. One victim, 16-year-old Scott Collins, still in the hospital in guarded condition. The driver, 16-year-old John Zachary, and 16-year-old Kevin Tharpa got out of the hospital on Wednesday. Police are still investigating that crash on Warren Avenue. Speaking of Strong Memorial Hospital, if you've got business there on Friday, you can expect to see a picket line up as unionized healthcare workers protest lack of a contract. Ironically, the dispute is over health care. About 1,800 members of Local 1199 SEIU United Healthcare Workers have been unable to reach a compromise with Strong Health, which wants to shift them onto a health insurance plan where they have to pay deductibles. Currently, the union workers are responsible only for their co-pays. Non-union workers at Strong already pay the deductibles, but the union sees the issue as a line in the sand. It says its members just can't afford to pay them. Former Rochester School Superintendent Jean-Claude Brizard can now add former Chicago school CEO to his resume as well. The Chicago Sun-Times is reporting that Brizard is out at the Chicago Public Schools by mutual agreement with Mayor Rahm Emanuel, who hired him less than 18 months ago. Brizard was brought in to execute Mayor Emanuel's aggressive education reform plan for the Chicago schools. He did, at the same time, incurring teacher enmity that became a real factor in Chicago's first teacher strike in 25 years. With that strike now in the past and a new teacher contract to be negotiated, Mayor Emanuel is quoted as saying it's time for a clean break. Brizard will be replaced in that $250,000 a year job by his deputy, Barbara Bird Bennett, and she played a lead role in negotiating the end to the teacher strike. A Parenton man has filed suit against two Monroe County sheriff's deputies who shot and killed his pit bull back in June. Gary Brockler lost his dog Diablo when deputies Sean LeClaire and Matthew Clancy came to his house in response to a parking complaint. They said the dog came at them in an extremely aggressive manner, to quote Sheriff Patrick O'Flynn, and they were forced to shoot. An internal investigation found the two deputies acted according to proper procedure, but Brockler is suing for $10,000 in damages, claiming the deputies acted in a malicious way and without just cause. To the left of this player window, you can find links to these and many other stories, and on the bottom of the page, links that you can use to directly post us news copy, stories that you've written, things you've heard and want checked out. We're also a community news resource here at CNC Worldwide, so we want your birth announcements, wedding announcements, business openings, people you want to give a shout out to. Post them up here. You can do it with those links down at the bottom of the page, and you'll see them up here on CNC Worldwide. So next news is as it happens, updates are when necessary, and I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.